Hey there, Coiled Gamers. Friendly Neighborhood Panda here. This video isn't really about vaping at all. It's just a little bit something I wanted to do. So I saw the scandal today that was going on with Toby Turner, tobuscus, and I wanted to go ahead and give my 2 cents. Nobody's really asking. Nobody really wants this talk from me. I mean, I'm just some random YouTuber. Now, I gotta say that this makes me kind of sad because people like Toby Turner um, and Philip DeFranco are people that really got me wanting to do YouTube. And I know I really don't do a whole lot of it, but it really kind of sucks when somebody that you looked up to turns out that they may not have the best history, or that they may have fucked up and did something they weren't supposed to somebody they weren't supposed to do it to. Um, it makes me pretty sad because I started watching Tobuscus because of the literal trailers. I remember seeing the literal trailer for Assassin's Creed, and I thought it was just the funniest fucking thing ever. That, and at the time, it was the literal trailer for World of Warcraft Cataclysm, and it makes me frustrated. It makes me a little bit frustrated to know that somebody that I had looked up to a little bit turned out that, while things may not be exactly what they seem yet, we'll see. Just kind of frustrates me that he possibly could have done that. And I mean, I have a Tobuscus shirt with the nice green ones with the nice gray lettering across the front, just tobuscus. And now it's not like I'm going to wear that in public anymore. Unless things clear up, which doesn't really look like they're going to. I'm not going to wear that outside. It'll probably just hang up in my closet until I start throwing away clothes I don't use anymore, and then it'll get trashed from there. I mean, to Tobuscus and everybody out there who allege that he did these things, I'm not really on any side about it. I just hope that the truth comes out one way or another. Whether he did do it, whether he didn't do it, I hope that justice is served in any respect. I mean, if he did what is being alleged of him, then it's a really bad fucking thing. And if he didn't, then I hope that he's able to clear up his name. I mean, that being said, I watched Philip DeFranco's video on it today, and I mean, I know that they had their relationship and their business partnership that kind of went away because of a business standpoint from Philip DeFranco. And while I don't take everything that Philip DeFranco says as absolute truth, if he says that he did something really inappropriate to a female coworker of Philly's at a Super Bowl party, and also did something stupid at Phil's wedding, then I'm a little bit inclined to believe him, sadly. I mean, I hope that Toby didn't do these things, because I don't wish any of that upon anybody. But if he did, then I'm sorry to say that I am going to be not only sad about it, but at the same time really just ashamed that somebody who was given the power by fans like myself and like millions of other people out there who gave him this power, whether it be real or fake power, he had some. And now he could have possibly used it for something really fucked up. It's sad to see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I hope that justice is served. Whoever's in the right, that they get what's coming to them. And that's about all I really have to say on the whole matter. I mean, it sucks, but if it happened, then the right course of action needs to be taken to make sure that there's adequate punishment for either side that did this. And I also wanted to say there's a lot of people I know who have been the victims of physical and mental abuse by a loved one or by a random person. If it happens, don't keep it quiet. Don't. There's a family member of mine who her now husband beat her several times. And I was the one to go down there and pick her up and make sure that she got somewhere safe. And she was saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave." And then we'd go ahead and get her out of the state. We paid money out of our pocket to get her out of the state just for her to come back to him every time. And then she promised that it was going to be the last time and went right back to him, and now she's married to him. And I get it. A lot of times with these people, you love them. You care about them. Maybe you have a child with them. Maybe you're married to them. If they do something that heinous to you, you need to find help. And I'm not one to say anything because I'm not either of these people. But if you are the victim of abuse, if you are a victim of sexual assault or rape, you need to say something about it. Because if you do leave them, there's a good chance that the next person they're with is going to be another victim. And if you don't say something and you stay with that person, then there's a good chance that it's going to happen to you again. And there's a chance that it will escalate and that things will get more out of hand and that somebody will end up going to the hospital. Nobody wants to see that because it's a tragedy, a true tragedy when it happens. It shouldn't happen to anybody, ever. But sadly, it does. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, I'll say something later," or "I'll do something later about it." Sadly, statutes of limitations only go for so long. And if you don't take care of it today, and you don't take care of it tomorrow, and you don't take care of it next month, because of whatever reason or excuse you have lined up for yourself, one day it could be possible that when you're finally with enough courage to say something about it, that it's too late. And that nothing can be done about it. It sucks to see it happen. It sucks to have it happen. And it sucks to finally be that person who said something but can't do anything about it. I know it sucks, people. But there's help out there. There's people out there. I don't have a really big audience. I know that. But if this video can get to at least one person and help them, then I'll be glad. And it's not just women that face these issues. men face it too. No matter how the media wants to portray it, no matter how people want to portray it, abuse is a two-way street. It can happen to men, it can happen to women, it can then happen to children, it can happen to adults. It doesn't mean that you're weak, it doesn't mean that you're lesser of a person. It means that whoever the fuck did it is an asshole and needs to be dealt with. That's the reality of it. I lost a friend because they were joking about how men can't be sexually assaulted or men can't be raped because they're men. They'll enjoy it. There's no reasoning behind that. They were just laughing, and I'm like, it can happen to anybody. It's not just women that it can happen to. And they were like, no, it's full of shit. They're a fucking pussy if they can't take it, or that they're gay, or whatever the fuck. No. It's not the case at all. No means no. No matter who you are. No doesn't mean yes. Yes means yes. And if somebody says yes, and then down the line they say no, that no supersedes all of the other yeses and now becomes no. That's what happens. That's the power of consent. You don't force yourself upon other people. You don't do that. It's not an adult. It's not a human thing to do to somebody, to take away their right to choose who they give their body to or who they share their love with. You are no person. Nobody is any person to tell you otherwise. It's just really sad to know that people have to go through these issues day in, day out, either getting beat or being raped. It's sad. One of my exes, one night, I went to go pick her up at like 4 in the morning after she had just been raped by her ex-husband. And it sucks to see what that does to a person. It dehumanizes them, and a lot of times it makes them feel like less of a person. Nobody is less of a person. It's not what happens. It's pretty fucking sad when it happens to somebody that you care about. And while that person may not be in my life anymore, and I may not care about that person anymore, because she did some very unsavory things with some very unsavory people, but I still don't wish that that had happened upon her. It sucks. That's about all I can say on the matter. Maybe later I'll amend my statement and open up about some more stuff I know. But until then, I'm out YouTube. Again, there's help out there, people. You just have to be willing to help yourself. Good night.